There's that nice high draw.
There it is.
Beautiful.
Well, Brad, here we are at the Brewer Academy on this spectacular day in Orlando, and we're diving into the details about the swing, but in particular, what we can learn from the king of the game, Arnold Palmer. And we've got the drivers in our hands, so it seems like a good place to start there.
It really is. You know, he was a great driver of the golf ball. And I'll start by saying this, swing like the king, Arnold Palmer. Probably don't want to swing like him. He would be the first one to tell you that. It worked for him.
Sure.
And there's certain things in which he did in his golf swing we're going to address, and hopefully it's going to help everybody out that's out there wanting to improve their driving techniques. And so, you know, one of the things that I loved about Arnold's approach to driving the golf ball is he tried to hit it as hard as he could. That was definitely one of the things. But for him to be able to do that, he had some basic fundamentals that he really focused on. And I asked him one time, I said, if you're playing in the US Open and you're a little nervous trying to hit that fairway, tight little fairway, what are your swing thoughts? He goes, that's simple, Brad. He goes, I just try to focus on burying my right hip and taking that club back low and slow. And so that's worked for him.
Sure.
All right. So I'm not saying that's going to work for everybody, but that helped him because he went on to say that his tendency in pressure situations was to take it back too quickly with the hands and not complete his turn, and maybe even cause him to sway off the ball a little bit. And he was really focused on trying to keep a good steady head, turn that right hip behind him, and take the club back low and slow. And so the feeling that I give a lot of my students is you put your right hand on top of your left, because we tend to take it back snatchy with the right hand only.
Yeah.
And then feel like you get that one-piece sensation, nice and low. You feel it brushing a little inside with the hip turn moving, and that encourages you to load your weight. Now, the hip turn without that extension one-piece takeaway probably wouldn't work very well, because you'd probably tend to reverse weight shift. Exactly. You'd get your weight going over this way, then you kind of come out of it that way. So they blended beautifully together, those two concepts.
Interesting that he was so aware of his tendencies, particularly under pressure, because we know they're exaggerated in that moment. But perhaps this is a tip that would be relevant to many golfers out there.
I would think so, especially if you're nervous going to the first tee, which a lot of people are. If you're playing with somebody you've never played with before, or it's a competition for your club prize or whatever, these simple thoughts are good ones to have and turn into a feel that you want to do, emulate the feel of what it is to do it.
I think somehow going slow under pressure always seems like a good idea, because we know I'm yet to meet a golfer that doesn't speed up when they're feeling the pressure and they're starting to panic. So a really good one, and I'd love to give it a little go, I suppose, and you could see if I'm doing it correctly.
Let's do that. Yes.
Did Mr. Palmer ground his driver at address, or did he, because some golfers, like myself included, hover the club to prevent that sharp takeaway?
I like that. Arnold did not. Arnold would sole the club.
Really?
And move it away, and you could hear the grass brushing as he swung it away.
I'm going to really think about what you've just mentioned there, low and slow.
Just do that all day long. That was awesome. Fantastic.
Yeah, I had to really think about it, but because I think I can pick it up high quite quickly, and it really allows you to build the wind-up that you want.
Absolutely. That's a great way to put it. You want to build the wind-up. So as you're moving that low and slow, it allows the bigger muscles in your body to stay in tune with the faster ones, which, you know, we can wipe it away really quick with the hands.
Yeah.
And so focusing on that simple thought really helps everything unify.
And probably by default, the hip turns better anyway if you're thinking low and slow. Very helpful tip, Brad. Thanks for that.
My pleasure.